Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Idiots Reading Comics. This week's episode 117, and we're going to get to talk about My Hero Academia Volume 1. As always, go check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where you can find what we're reading for the next month. And also go check us out on anywhere that you get your podcasts, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere like that. Let's get into it.
And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ron Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker. This is Two Idiots Reading Comics. And today, I'm jumping into the world of manga again. And My Hero Academia,
Woohoo!
Volume 1. Something about teenagers in high school. Easy to relate to.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm still like a kid. So
We're 27.
shut the fuck up. I turned 28.
28 years old. No, last month.
Yeah, so last month.
Oh, you said this month.
No.
But yeah, I mean, and again, it's also like I said off camera, it's like it's kind of like Teen Titans.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, they're high
Teen
schoolers. They're
Titans.
worried about relationships and high school and
Sky
everything.
High,
And that's what we grew up with. I mean, we got to see that and felt it. And
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
yeah. Oh shit, I
Just
forgot.
put
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
that's right,
in a
Yu-Gi-Oh!
school. That's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes, where there were actually classes and
Yeah.
they
Classes
duel
about
in
the
hall.
card
Yeah.
game.
Oh yeah,
Like fucking crazy.
that was a cool one.
How they haven't made a Pokemon like school show? Is it,
like where you actually teach people how,
because like the Battle Academy is a thing in every. It's like, oh, there's a school for Pokemon over there. Well, why haven't we ever gone?
like why haven't we gone?
Yeah, like I think.
Could you imagine if Ash had actually gone to training? How
I know.
many championships he'd actually
I
have?
know he finally has one.
That's what I mean.
And
like
now
how many more? He has one.
I'm waiting for it to come into English dub because
Has it not already?
it's I have friends who have found the Japanese with subtitles on YouTube, or like they found a way to watch the Japanese version with English subtitles. But it has not come to
I thought.
him winning the championship. Yes, but they've done a spin-off series where it's the Champions Tournament, where it's everyone who's ever won the championship, or past champions are competing against each other. So you have
Oh, so it's not like the normal, like new world, new Pokemon.
No,
it's like the.
it's like a mini series where it's like, I think Blue might be in it because technically, no, because they keep the anime separate from
the game.
the game. But like the guy who won it, because I think Ash lost in like round 3 of the Kanto, and then Lance was the champion of Johto. Steven from Hoenn. It's all the champions, and now they're having like
So,
an 8-person.
Okay, so yeah,
They're having like a 8-person
to find the best
tournament.
of.
Yeah. Now my gripe is the newest one, Leon, which was in the Sword and Shield games, who's kind of, I don't know, it's not very cool of a champion. And they wanted to come down to him and Ash in the finals. I'm like, you're stepping over like seven way
of,
cooler champions.
Yeah, to just do the last 2 champions.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm waiting for that to come out in English.
I didn't
Be
even know
the
that was
first-
happening. That's pretty cool.
Be the first Pokemon show I've watched in a while, but that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what made me do it one day. I guess it was Clips, and the newest season came out.
Yeah.
All right, I was thumbing through them, and like, I remember the original ones being dumb.
Uh-huh.
Like, these are dumb. Like, it's like worse.
It's-
like Ash doesn't look like Ash is drawn weird now, and
Yeah. You
Just
gotta
like-
update the art style every now and then. But yeah, I feel it sometimes because I've read the Pokemon manga a little bit, and you can feel it when it's written for kids, and it's just like, okay, we're not gonna even try to make a compelling story. We're just gonna show off
Just-
Pokemon.
yeah.
But yeah.
Mm.
But
now this
is good.
was good.
Yeah. My Hero Academia. Want to get into the credits?
Apologies for butchering this. We are
A lot of Japanese.
We
names.
are from South Alabama, trying to credit manga writers.
I'm mid Alabama, whatever, Birmingham, 205.
Either way. So we've got some story and art. Is Kohi Horikoshi. Translation and English adaptation, Caleb Cook. Touch-up art and lettering, John Hunt. designer Sean Carrico, and editor Mike Montesa. It's not as bad. I mean, it's really just kind of the story and art.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I mean, translated by an English human.
I would imagine.
Um,
Well, they're also, the Japanese people are human too.
I said English.
Yeah, you said English human.
Yeah, I don't know what his.
As in,
I don't know what his pronouns
as in
are.
anyone that. Fuck you! You out PC'd me, you dirty bastard. I was about to be like, everyone who worked on this book was a person, Davis, not just him. Just you. I was like, you're right. We don't know their pronouns.
What up? Look at us becoming PC correct.
That's what the scene.
I know it is. That's why.
I get you want to be called what you want to be called, and I will call you that, but you just look super silly when you have them in your profile, especially when you're literally going by what.
Like
when you're a girl,
yeah.
when you're a girl and you put she hers in there, it's like, yeah, I was already assuming that.
Yeah.
So.
But assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
True. But yeah, My Hero Academia, fucking awesome. The anime, very good.
And I mean, the only animes I've ever really gotten into, I mean, I guess you can count Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and barely got into Naruto. But
I thought you liked Naruto.
I did, but there's so much of it I haven't gotten very far along, and always it's here. My Hero Academia is up there with Revenge on Titan,
Attack on
Titan, Yu-Gi-Oh. It's always been up there as a hey, you need to watch this.
Yeah,
never did, and I probably will now.
Oh yeah, I got Funimation. The problem was I was watching this the same time I was getting into One Piece, like into college, and then just back when I lived in Louisiana, didn't know a whole bunch of people. I ran out of stuff to watch, but my issue was like they weren't putting out the English dubs out fast enough.
Yeah,
and so I would literally like watch 12 episodes, wait like 2 years. It seemed like. Get 12 more episodes. I mean, it was ridiculous.
And then just forgot, and then you would end up forgetting previous
so
stuff. Yeah.
I'm about to restart it and then catch all the way back up and see what happens. But yeah.
Now, is it still airing? Is our new episode still coming out?
Oh, yeah. This is still,
new comics and everything?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, One Piece is still coming out.
I know. Yeah. That's like, holy shit.
But yeah, no, it's still going on. For the longest time, that was the manga, like that was what was hot in the streets, and stuff. It was very recently that it got overtaken, I think, by Demon Slayer is the new hot one.
Okay. Yep.
And that's why every time you see like someone in like a green and black checkered jacket type thing, that's Demon Slayer.
Is that the one with there's the pouch on the back and she's holding a scroll in her mouth?
Yeah. Well, is
that one of the characters?
It's a what do you call it? It's a put them in a horse's mouth so they don't bite.
A bit.
Yeah, it's a bit because she's a demon. She got bit by. It's kind of like vampire rules. She got bit by a demon, but she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to bite anyone else, and so they put that bit in her mouth.
Interesting.
But yeah,
weird. Interesting.
Yeah. We'll probably get to that someday. But yeah, My Hero Academia. I mean, it's superheroes in high school. What else do I have to tell you?
I do think it's a cool take on the superhero aspect of everyone has it, and you're actually an outcast if you don't have a superpower, which they call quirks.
Of the world has at least some type to varying degree of coolness, effectiveness, practicality of a quirk. So,
and it's apparently coming down that fourth generation fourth
seems
generation
to skip generations and stuff.
Yeah, they're starting to lose those powers. Not
which isn't
true.
true.
Manifest the powers.
They said sometimes it skips a generation, but also like they said at the very beginning, if two of them have a baby, they show either one or both, and it's like, well, then it's not really skipping generations, is it? Right.
So, there was a little issues there, but in saying that, we get to meet Zuki Midoriya, and it didn't let you know what he was for a little bit. until they.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's quirkless.
He was quirkless, right? I mean, but
Yeah.
but they very slowly get you to that point, and it's like
Oh yeah.
shows you he gets beat up by the bully
Who used to be like his best friend, his job.
Yeah, and then so on and so
Oh
forth.
my
And
god!
it's like
So I've watched the show I've gotten
Pretty
decently
deep.
into it.
yeah.
And they eventually will get you to like him and stuff.
I could tell, like, even reading this when Midoriya saves the bully from
Yeah.
the sludge guy, I'm like, there's a budding.
He's
like,
gonna be-
there's gonna be
He's gonna be like the Raphael or the Jason Todd, where he's
Yeah.
like the angry guy. But at the same time, like, I forgot he told Midoriya he might as well just go jump off a building.
Yeah.
And it's just like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
And then Midoriya's like, well, if I did, it'd be suicide.
Yeah,
and
and you
you
could
would be
be-
arrested for bullying
like
into
if you're-
suicide. I'm like,
He's like, if you're gonna be, because his whole thing is like, if you're gonna be a great hero, these are things you have to think about.
yeah,
Because all he has ever thought about is being a great hero.
you're right.
And so it's kind of like one of those things where, like, the people who don't have all the talent in the world but are still driven, and so they have to do everything precise and technically right.
Right.
And they have to overcome not having as much talent with technique and stuff like that.
They make a big point about that when they're at UA High and they're doing pretty much their presidential fitness exam, but for Japan. Is it no?
It's
Japan.
yeah, it's
Are
like
we in Japan? Or is this
yeah, they're in Japan.
It's kind of their presidential fitness exams: toe
Yeah.
touches, long jump, running, sprinting, throwing, shit like that.
It's like you were never allowed to use your powers, and now we're going to use your powers.
See what you're
Actually capable of.
and even in that, Midoriya's just sitting there going, "Okay, I have to be technical.
I can't like use my power. I have no control over my powers now.
Right, so I can't use them.
And so I have to think about, like, and the Eraserhead lied to him and said one of them's going to get expelled, and so he's like, well, I can't come in last in all of these.
Yeah.
And so he had to think about it, and he's like, well, let me fucking
Well, at first he was going to go full bore. He was going.
yeah.
He was going to snap his arm in half or whatever, and Racer stopped him.
Yeah, he's like, think about this.
Yeah.
You'll be useless in the next two events. And so he let it get to his finger and threw it damn near as far as Bakugo did.
Like, I mean, like, they both threw 705, and I think whatever the point was the difference. Like, it was like, and you could see Eraserhead was like,
all right, now we're thinking.
Yeah, and then he even realized, he's like, he did that with his finger.
Yeah.
Like,
and that was his whole thing, because All Might's like trying to look after Midoriya, and he's like looking at his teacher. He's like, "Fuck, this guy's expelled student."
And he's going
to address
him.
it. He's like, "I only expel people I don't see as having a chance." Midoriya showed me
there's a chance.
He has a chance to be a hero.
Could you imagine being in the class that he just expelled the entirety of an entire grade?
He's like, y'all are all worthless.
He expelled an entire grade for not being good enough.
Out of a school that only has 36 per grade.
Yeah.
That's another
out of 300 one out of 300 applicants get accepted, and 36 got accepted, and they said fuck all you.
He said
fuck all you.
That's another continuity error I caught. He said it says 36 students per grade split into two classes of 18.
Yeah.
And they did those presidential fitness tests. And it said 1 through 20.
I
was like, oh, so they just get
there's two 20s.
Yeah. There's 2 20s.
There's 2 20s. I'm pretty sure there's
I
2
didn't
20s.
see 2 20s. But I was like, so we just completely
the continuity got a little messed up in there.
Yeah, but no, it's a lot of fun though. As long as you're not like nitpicking shit like that.
I'm sorry. That's just the way the numbers were written. It looked weird. It was 18, 19, 20. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just the way the numbers, everything looked, it just kind of looked it looked like 220s. But yeah. So where's the other 16 students? They've already been expelled.
There's class 1A. There's a class 1B.
Still doesn't fit. The numbers still don't work.
Yeah, no, it doesn't, because it's supposed to be 18, not 20, and 16. But they do come up later on, because obviously, like, it's like when football, where they try to say, we don't have backups. We have, starter at 1A, starter A, starter B.
Yeah.
And obviously B is a backup.
Yeah. Just make it sound pretty.
And so 1B, they come in later on in the story and they have a chip on their shoulder. So.
And is it really that they are
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like 1A is like they finished in the top half of
Okay,
qualifying and stuff like that.
What's really cool is like even when Midori was gonna go full bore and Eraser said you can't do that, like just you're gonna ruin yourself for the rest of everything. Even Midori's like, I still can't figure out how to back it off.
Yeah.
So it's like even still, it's like
he's gonna be like that for a while.
He's
too.
figuring things out. He's figuring out how to throw it with a finger. You put it there, break your finger.
Yeah.
But he can't even figure out how to not put everything into his finger.
Yeah.
It's still.
I
mean, he's had it 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I think his thing is 3 weeks since he's had the powers.
Yeah.
That he's now in school trying to figure it out.
And he's gonna be like that for a while.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, how do you strengthen yourself if every time you do it you break it?
Yeah. No, there's a scene later on. It's like their sports day or something, where they get to like show what they can do and like recruiting agents, because they have agencies that like
once you get out of high school, then you get on teams and
they're all there to see it, and he's in a straight up fight with a guy.
And he goes home.
Yeah, and he has to like. This guy's like barraging him with his superpowers, and he's like, I have to find a way to get in close, and then like I might have like 1 or 2 shots at him, and those shots better take him down. Yeah. But it's really fun. I don't think anyone's too overpowered. That isn't meant to be overpowered.
That you talking about like in the whole breadth of the book, or just in the school?
Both.
I think All Might's pretty.
Well, yeah, but he's also.
But he does have a major weakness of.
Yeah, he's about to die.
Like I can work for 3 hours. And I'm dead.
And he's meant to be overpowered. He's like Superman.
Yeah, and then even Eraser, like being able to take people's powers.
Yeah, well, you still better learn how to fight.
Like, he can't. Like if he blinks, it's over. Or if you make him blink, you can't go back at him. Exactly. So. Yeah. Now I do like. I didn't understand the engine guy, the speed at first, because they just said he was fast.
Yeah,
and then they did his 50, and it was like a muffler on his legs. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah, and he's got like 2 brothers, and they're the same.
That's funny.
They just have mufflers on their legs.
The gravity girl, that power's odd, but she also gets sick. Yeah, and just but she gets sick if she uses it. The belly button laser, that to me is just fucking hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But what, and have they revealed what the exploding guy's power is? The bully to
he I think how it technically works is, his hand, like he technically sweats like kerosene or something like that. Like he sweats some explosive liquid.
Yeah.
And then he can
volatile liquid.
Yeah, he can cause it
and then combust it.
He can cause it to combust. There's a funny part where I guess going into like their year 2 or semester 2, in the show, they spent so much time learning how to be a hero and tactics and stuff like that in the first semester. They do the presidential fitness exams again. And they're like, all right, let's see how we've gotten any better. And they all get the same exact numbers. And it's like.
Because they haven't been strengthening
themselves.
Yeah,
they're like, we've literally only been teaching you how to be a hero. Now we have to go to a summer camp where we're going to strengthen you as your individual strengths. And part of his. They do, first off, physical fitness, so everybody's working out and they're all puking and shit.
Yeah.
And they said, all right, now you're power training. And he has to stick his hands in. Because his hands are already so used to hot and fiery stuff, he has to stick his hands in like boiling water so that he can open up his pores, so he can sweat more volatile liquid.
So he can produce more. Holy
So
shit.
where like Midoriya's, he just did a whole physical fitness thing. Well, his power is strength, so he has to go do another physical fitness thing, and Bakugo is literally like sticking his hands in like I think it's boiling
extremely
water,
hot,
an extremely hot liquid. He's like, and
it's hurting him.
Sticks out his hands and like
pushes it and then
pushes it out to sweat it, and is like letting it explode, and then has to immediately stick it back in. Yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
It's crazy though. It's real crazy and fun, but yeah,
this definitely it is. I definitely want to, again, just like One Piece, and again, haven't started. I've got,
Mhm.
I don't know how many shows I have just in starting. But this is like, it's like, okay, yes, I've been told I need to go watch it.
Mhm.
Now I really got to go watch it.
And we've talked about it a couple times this month where, like, oh, you watch it and then read it.
Yeah.
From my experience, manga and outside of maybe Yu-Gi-Oh, because I just had someone explain a part of that to me we can get into later. But for the most part, manga and anime seems like very, like, they stay loyal to the source material.
Yeah, and like reading this, you can tell it's like if you transition this to a movie or show,
Yeah.
You can add words to it, like you can add stuff to it.
Yeah,
because
you have
and then
to
all you
fill
gotta do
time.
is just because there's very few words, like
Yeah.
and you just do it, and you don't have to make it 18 episodes and just put a bunch of filler in there.
Well, also, I think I've talked about it on the show before, but Shonen Jump has a very bad recap and preview habit
Yeah,
to where, like, let's say it's a 30-minute show, the first 5 minutes and is a recap
of the previous episode.
Yeah, is like the opening and recap of the previous episode and where you're at. And then the last 5 minutes are a preview of the next episode. So out of this 30-minute time slot, you're only really getting about 20 minutes and
If
20 to
that-
18 minutes of new
Wow,
material.
Shit,
So, yeah.
that
That's a
get
trick they
little-
also do.
Yeah, that's a little annoying.
But I've had some friends tell me they found a supercut of One Piece where it takes out all the filler and all the recaps, and it's just like all the way
story.
through. Yeah. But
Shit, I
yeah.
wonder how much time that took off of the actual show.
yeah, but at the same time, there's so many episodes. It's still extremely long.
Yeah, but that'd still be days and
Yeah.
days of watching to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, My Hero Academia. If you're a manga head, we're obviously not breaking any news that it's good.
no.
If you're a comic, if you were grouchy, still resistant comic book heads like we were,
Yeah.
give it a shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can get into the quiz. Still don't know what the category is going to be for me, so.
So, folks, coming off a undefeated episode for myself, so now I'm gonna try to skunk the sumbitch.
Yeah.
Now,
And I
saying
have-
you're gonna skunk somebody in the thing that they're the best at, it's kind of hard to do.
No, that's not. I doubt that's my best. I think Pokemon was my best.
Well, okay, second best.
But I'm sitting at 40. Our intervals are if you get 1, it's 40. 2,
It's the 60 or
I think it's 55.
sure.
And then 1 or 3 correct
you go
is 100.
Correct.
So which means like
You technically only have to get 2 correct to get
I'll be sitting at
100.
95.
If
So
you get
really
all
that
3,
third one is only getting me $5.
if you let's do this. If you're coming into a week that you've got some sitting on the table already,
Uh-huh.
if you can get a perfect, you get the big book plus you can either get the big book plus 40, or you can carry the 40 into the next rotation again.
I would say if you're 40 and above, because 240s put you at 80, which is still pretty hefty for the other individual. I'd say if you're at 40 or above, well, that's the lowest we go is 40.
Yeah.
So if you have some retaining, you can stop it at 100 and just cash out there.
Yeah.
Or,
And you don't have to risk it on a third question.
yeah.
Or if you've got your third one.
Yeah. Or you can try to get 5 out of 5. And if you get 5 out of 5, you can get
another big boy.
you can get any book up to, let's say, like 175, 200.
You get a big boy.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get a big boy.
You get a big boy.
Okay.
I agree with
so-
that. Yeah.
alright.
If you can go a 5 for 5
Yeah.
with money carrying over,
Yeah.
you get a big boy.
Yeah.
Now, if you have nothing and you get a 5 for 5, you're just getting 100.
Well, no,
Or
if
if
you're
you go in-
if
if
you're
you-
not carrying anything over, You just do your normal 3, and that'll get you 100.
And then you just play with the other 2.
And then like the other 2, just
Have fun.
If you already had some carrying over, then like I'll play. We'll say this: if you do risk it for the 5 for 5 big boy, you're also, and you don't get those last 2.
You're also risking your 40.
You go back to 0.
Oh, so it's all or nothing.
Yeah,
it's big boy or nothing.
It's like I've already got 40 in the bank. I just hit those 3. I'm gonna go for the 5 for 5, and then I'm risking everything.
Now, I will say you can make this decision after question 3.
Yeah.
It's not a come into it
exactly
and risking the biscuit.
Yeah.
We need to start a board, like a scroll.
Yeah.
Like rules
of quiz. Yeah.
Alrighty. So today for my co-host, it's Batman.
There's a lot of places you can go with Batman.
Now, I will. There's 5 questions.
Okay.
I believe I can place each of the 5 questions into a
from this movie, this game.
Well, yeah. Yes, I can get you. I can get you games, movies, and then just there is a broader world of Batman.
Okay.
There's one that like.
Would you say it's lore or canon?
It's canon.
Okay.
It would be canon across everything.
All right.
So, you have a location question
from
canon.
Okay.
You have a historical day from canon.
Okay.
You have a number question.
From
I can't really tell you. It's okay. It's a number question from movies.
Can I ask which specific movie?
No, because
there's some
in the question. It's
I was about to say there's some I haven't seen.
Like in the question, it's about that.
Fuck. Okay.
Okay,
let me ask you.
Then you have 2 questions from the Dark Knight movie.
Okay. Is that one the Tim Burton movies?
Yes and no.
Fuck, never seen the Tim Burton ones. Okay. I'll take. You said there's 2 from the Dark Knight?
Yes.
Give me the first one.
Who kills Bane in Dark Knight Rises?
Is it because Batman doesn't kill? So, Talia. No, it's not Talia. Not Talia. Ra's al Ghul's daughter. No, wait, yeah, it is Talia. Talia al Ghul.
I need a final answer here, sir.
Talia al Ghul.
Wrong. Catwoman.
Fuck, what?
That's a fuck too, but I checked it. She apparently, she's the one that detonates the bomb that kills Bane.
I thought
because Bane's already hurt when Talia comes in to fuck with Bruce.
Yeah. No, I thought because like Batman and Bane were fighting. Batman knocks off like the oxygen tubes off his mask or something, and then Talia like could have saved him, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah. Our vision is still good," and then like stab.
I thought she stabbed Bruce.
She also has stabbed Bruce. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna have to go to the cards. We'll have to go to a review. I checked 3. There was 3 separate quizzes that had. That
I'll trust you. But
that had that as the question. We will go to review after post credit.
Well, 3 separate sources versus me who hadn't seen it in forever. Okay, then yeah, go.
What do you want next?
Well, fuck, I don't know. Give me one of the lore ones or canon ones.
What is Bruce Wayne's birthday? Month and day. No year, just month and day.
Fuck, I don't know. August 18th.
No,
yeah,
February 19th.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just guessed my birthday.
Next.
Give me the Dark Knight one.
Name the Batmobile in Dark Knight.
Tumbler.
Okay, so you get 1.
Cool. I'm at $80.
Damn it! I didn't think you. I figured that was.
I have
pretty.
Can't cancel you out because you have nothing because you
pretty low ball.
Yeah.
So you'll have to send me your choice.
I'm gonna hold $80 and hopefully go for a $5 next time.
Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to make it to where I don't have to pay for that
I don't want
one.
to buy the
Yeah.
volume 2
because
I don't want to buy the volume 2 right now.
you found it on Amazon for
I
$60.
stole that book.
Yeah, I don't know how you got
I
it for 60.
stole that one.
But it is not volume 2 is not.
I also
on
stole
Amazon.
Flashpoint Omnibus as well.
And that has like everything.
It's
Flashpoint.
1,200 pages of the entirety of the Flashpoint 10th anniversary collector's edition. Oh, it's so beautiful.
I don't know. After watching, did you know they put a secret 11th episode of Sandman up?
I did, and I
it?
haven't watched it.
It's
like
there's a reason why they didn't include it with the original because it like doesn't really make big story difference, but it's kind of 2 fun one-offs in one episode. So, but yeah, I thought about, should we go Sandman collector, or like some type of collector's edition? Because there's like 5 different ones.
Yeah,
but no,
the Sandman. It was like, I mean, like 2 of the image side by side, like lengthwise huge, and when you opened it, like each page had like editor's notes, and like detailed writing about it, and then the comic was also on the same page, and it was not expensive. I mean,
no, like
it was less than $100, and I almost bought it for myself, but I'm just sitting there going like, this will never fit on a shelf. This will just, it's too much.
Yeah, because this is like, I buy the collectors, like hardcover collector's editions, but I buy the ones that come with only like 3 volumes to it. So that Batman one you got me literally is my first omnibus.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to open it up and like see how I like the feel. Cause like we both watch,
I tried to read the Flashpoint.
Yeah.
It
can be tough.
It is not you lay it in your lap and read it until you get about half. Like I had it on a table, or like one of those fold out eating tables, and was one page and holding. I mean it is. I mean the son bitch is like 4 inches thick.
The Near Mint Conditions, great channel. He mainly specializes in like the giant collector's editions, like omnibuses and stuff. And he makes a big deal. He's like, what's the binding like on this book? Did they just glue it all in one and it's gonna be hard to read, or did they have stitched? Do they have the stitched binding that raises up to make it easier to read?
Yeah. Now, what does that one's just glued in? I don't think it's stitched in.
Looks like it. I've actually watched the video for that one, but I completely forgot. But I'm gonna have to look it up when I get that one. I did want like that though, because I already had most of the volumes, but they bend and stuff. But I was gonna buy that in that format anyways. But for something like the Sandman, there's so many different versions of it. I'm just gonna try to find which one's best. Same way with 100 Bullets. I'm probably gonna
find
that way.
Yeah. Now, would you like the final 2 questions?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do the final 2.
How many Batman movies have there been? That's the one where you asked me about the Tim Burton, and it's like
Tim Burton had 2. Then they had Batman and Robin, which was George Clooney. They had a Michael Keaton, a Val Kilmer, George Clooney. Then, are we counting animated movies?
For the number I have, I think they had to.
Fuck, dude. Then I don't know. I know we've had the Dark Knight trilogy.
Do the live action and see what you get to. It may not be all even the animated.
Dark Knight trilogy. Get a little iffy with I'd count Batman v Superman. But then are we counting Justice League?
I don't know. I don't know where they got this number, so I'm glad you didn't really ask it because I didn't. I found it multiple places on the quizzes, but I also ran into a question of who wasn't a Robin: Dick Grayson, Jason Todd,
Victor Fries,
Damian Wayne, and the other was Victor Fries. And I picked Victor Fries and said Jason Todd was never a Robin.
Yeah, so I would say, depending on if you count Justice League, I would say. I don't think I'm missing any. Oh, and the new Batman. Yeah. The new Batman movie. Live action, I would say. Hold on.
I think you're up to 8 live actions. Maybe 9.
Yeah, 8. I'd say 8 if it's live action. If we're going to add animated, I know there's a lot. There's And then are you counting Batman Beyond? Because Batman Beyond had a live action or animated movie that was good. Then they had Dark Knight, Dark Knight Returns, like the 2-part movie. Then you had the Gotham by Gaslight, Batman Ninja, Under the Red Hood. There's one with Deathstroke in it. Like a bunch.
And you've already forgotten 2 of the Lego movies.
Yeah, I
Two
thought there was only one Batman Lego movie.
Oh, there was. I'm thinking
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Lego. So, I'm really glad this question actually didn't come up because
Yeah.
as we're talking about it, the numbers now.
Oh, if it
don't
had been
work.
like the last one for the $5, I would have been.
We
Yeah.
would have gone. That question would have been
Yeah.
canceled and gone. It's the number I got is 13.
We went over. If
yeah,
it's
you
animated.
started rattling off all the animated movies and you blew the
Yeah.
number out, and I'm like, no, if that had come down for the $5, we would have gone to booth and there would have been a new question.
Yeah.
Because I thought there was actually 13 Batman movies, like and live action.
Well, there was 2 Tim Burton ones, but I can't remember if Michael Keaton did both of them. I know there was at least one with Val Kilmer in it, and there was one with George Clooney in it.
3 Christian Bales.
3 Christian Bales.
2. I would 2 with.
I would give Batman v Superman.
I would
one.
have to. Yeah, you got to call.
So
it
that's
one.
1.
Now, did he not have his own movie already? Like
No,
he
didn't.
never got his own movie.
No. But then if they're going where Batman just appears in a live action movie, well
then Suicide
well then
Squad.
yeah, Suicide Squad,
yeah.
Justice League, all that. But yeah.
Yeah, we would have had to
Yeah.
had to go into a booth review on that one.
So I'm sitting at 80. It's just slowly and surely getting there.
Now, my final one, broad lore of the world.
Oh, I thought
That was
okay.
on 4.
Yeah.
What is the Penguins nightclub called?
Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah.
Which is, do they call it? You still haven't watched the Matt Reeves Batman.
I haven't.
I'm pretty sure they call it the Iceberg Lounge.
But
yeah.
I mean, I would.
God, I would have got that.
Yeah, you
So
would have gotten
fucking
it.
easy.
You would have gotten that one.
Oh.
Ooh, that was close, folks.
Yeah. All right. I'm slowly and surely getting there.
Slowly and surely.
Yeah. Well, we'll see y'all next month or next week. We still don't know what we're reading yet. Might be Villains Month. Might not be.
You might have to talk me out of it.
It depends on what we can read.
Yes.
But yeah. See y'all next week. Have fun. Enjoy football season. Bye.
Bye.